In this tutorial, we're going to build a simple video calling application using the Vidus API. By the end of this video, you'll have a working application with video calling fully integrated into your website. This tutorial assumes you have a basic understanding of Node.js, Vue.js, and general web development. I'll skip the framework fundamentals and focus on integrating the Vidus API into your application. Let's get started. Part 1. Getting started with Vidus. Go to admin.vidus.app and sign up for a free account. After registration, check your email inbox for a verification link. Click the link to verify and activate your account. Once your account is verified, log in to the Vidus admin dashboard. On the left sidebar, navigate to the Projects section. You'll see a pre-configured trial project available by default. This project includes a 1-week validation period. In the projects list, click on the trial project to open its overview page. Locate and copy the following credentials: secret key and app ID. You will need these values in the upcoming setup steps. Part 2. Backend initialization and Vidus API integration. First, we're going to set up the backend. I've already created an empty folder for this purpose. Now, I'm going to install a few essential packages to kickstart our Node.js backend app. Keep in mind, using Express isn't mandatory. I'm using it here because it's one of the most widely adopted backend frameworks in the Node.js community. Next, let's install the Vidus Node package. Part 3. Vidus Node package installation. To save time, I've already initialized a basic Express app along with cores and body parser to handle JSON and body parsing. I just added a simple endpoint to confirm the app is running properly. The app is set to listen for incoming requests on port 3000. Now we are importing the Vidus package. We call it getToken because basically that's all what it does. Next, we'll create an endpoint that accepts a username and sends it along with our app ID and secret to Vidus. It returns an API token that the client can use for communication. We've already stored the app ID and secret, retrieved earlier from the admin dashboard, in a separate file. And now, we'll use them to request a token from the Vidus API. We'll send a request to the API to retrieve the token via getToken function from Vidus Node package using the stored app ID and secret. Let's start the server. Part 4. Let's create the front-end application. We are going to use Vue CLI to bootstrap a Vue project. And then we're going to install Vidus Vue package. Part 5. To save time, we already made some changes to app.vue file. We need to pass the username to the backend from the front end now. We set the username value to a default value. We can override its value with whatever we enter in the input field. Please recall, it's just for testing purposes, and in the real-world app, the real username would be sent. Now we need to implement the body of getUserToken function to get the token from the backend. And Vidus component inside this div for when the token is set. Part 6. Now let's utilize the Vidus Vue package on the front end. We're importing Video Creator from Vidus Vue in the main.js file and using it. Now let's switch to app.vue. First, we need to implement the body of the getUserToken function. We've already injected WebRTC so we can access its functions across the entire Vue app. GetUserToken takes two callback functions, one for when the token is successfully fetched, and another for when it bells. We then call the getUserToken method from WebRTC. Next, let's add this VC Rooms component from the Vidus package, which displays the list of rooms. It should only be visible once the token is set. Now, let's implement the body of the setRoomID function. It's triggered when a user clicks on a room. Here, we assign room ID to the selected room's value. Let's also add a div tag to display a message when no room is selected. Finally, we'll add the VC Room Join component, another Vidus package component. Part 7. Start the front-end app. Part 8. Let's try getting a token. As you can see, the endpoint is failing because the default behavior is sending request to the same URL as the front end. We need to override the default behavior of the package for getting token. I've created this file, userTokenHelper. At this point, we can customize the logic as needed to fit our application's specific requirements. We'll configure the endpoint to point to our Node.js backend. In this case, we get the username value and we will pass it to our backend. Then we will switch to main.js and we override the behavior with the module we just created. Part 9. Now, with the changes we made, we can get the token from the server. Let's create a new room. Let's call it my first room. Let's join the room. Awesome! That was the full round trip. And finally, you'll get to see who's been behind this tutorial this whole time.